Hey, welcome to the Indienomicon podcast. This episode, we're talking with Matthew Hogan, founder, CEO at M3D Technologies, about some great stuff happening with Orlando Unreal Engine chapter. Coming up right now. Hey, my name is Jeff. I'm with Indienomicon, and I'm happy to be on the line today with Matthew Hogan of M3D Technologies. But he's also one of the big promoters and sponsors and hype men for the Unreal Engine, the Orlando Unreal Engine chapter meetup. Matthew, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How about yourself?
Hey, real good. I know towards the end, I want to learn more about M3D Technologies and what you do there as the founder and CEO. But I know that you're excited to tell all the folks out there, whether they're part of the Indienomicon world or just the kind of Central Florida world or the world in general, all the cool things that are happening with the Orlando Unreal Engine chapter. So we got some stuff coming up, right?
We do. So recently we got the chapter back up and running after being kind of on a hiatus for almost about a year. And one of the reasons why we wanted to get the chapter started again was because in June, it's going to be the first time that it's coming to Orlando is Unreal Fest. So this is a big event for, Unreal developers, users, enthusiasts, students, anybody that has a passion for VFX effects, gaming, virtual production, architectural design that utilizes this platform. This is the kind of the Super Bowl event for our community. So that's actually coming up in June 2nd through the 5th. So it's right around the corner. So that's one of the main reasons why we wanted to get the chapter started again, because we didn't want this to turn into a missed opportunity, because here at Orlando, we have such a huge community, a diverse community of Unreal developers, from not only our schools that are here in our local community, but of course, we're the modeling simulation capital of the world, tourism, theme parks, even hospitality and tourism, all in the real estate market, digital twins, all utilize the Unreal Engine to develop solutions and content and platforms for either training purposes or, engagement. So that being said, that was one of the main reasons why we want to get the chapter back up and running, is because Unreal Fest is coming in June. So.
Well, I feel like Orlando in Central Florida is kind of like Unreal Engine itself. It's so versatile. It does so many things. And, if we were in LA, there might be people focused on using it for cinema and entertainment. If we were in Silicon Valley, might be more focused on gaming. Here in Central Florida, there's people touching every aspect of the incredibly versatile Unreal Engine. So I think that's so cool. So what are you doing to ramp up? You're kind of rallying the troops around a couple different events, right?
Yeah. So like I said, we got the chapter back up and running. Our first meetup was this past March. And, right now we have about over 200 members within our chapter. And since then, it has actually grown. We're now at like close to 250 members. So we've had our March meetup and our April meetup. But our May meetup is right around the corner, which is going to be May 22nd. And it's actually going to be at the ORRA. So Orlando Realtor, it's the Orlando Regional Realtors Association's new building that they just built, I believe this past year. Their grand opening was just a few weeks ago, and it's right over by Lee Road. And the reason why we're having it there is because at the end of May, May 31st through June 1st, is going to be the chapter's XR Game Jams. So we're going to be focusing on prototyping solutions for the real estate industry, whether it's commercial or residential, but smart cities along with digital twin content. And we're going to be leveraging the game engine to create those prototyping solutions.
That's one thing that's been a hallmark of Indienomicon, but also the XR Game Jam that Unreal Orlando chapter is putting on is actually coming together and getting inspiration from a solution that's needed for an industry. So that's really good. I'm sure there's going to be great ideation coming out of that.
Absolutely. And this is actually kind of piggybacking off of a recent event that was here in Orlando. So the National Center for Simulation and Training has their annual event, and it's called the Florida Sim Summit. And this just last week on Friday, the theme of that Florida Sim Summit was specifically on digital twins and smart cities, and how communities like Orlando and cities like Orlando are leveraging digital twin content for economic development or economic growth, city planning, even theme park building, right? So Disney has made an announcement last year that this is kind of in lieu of what, Epic Universe is opening up this month, as a matter of fact. So it's Universal Studios is the largest theme park. And Disney last year made the announcement that they're actually going to be building 1,000-acre theme park. So they've already broken ground on that. And on top of that, Disney did over a $1.9 billion investment into Epic Unreal. So there's some big announcements that are getting ready to come out of our own community through, out of Disney and our own community as well, about the growth that Disney is going to be putting into the Unreal Engine. So a lot of those announcements are right around the corner, but a lot of that is also going to be leveraging the Unreal Engine to create those pre-visualizations and those digital twins of those theme park ride attractions. So those are going to be coming out later on this year, but that's kind of one of the main reasons why we wanted to do this XR Jam focused on digital twins, because we're going to see some of those developments starting to take place closer towards the end of the year with Disney building that larger theme park.
It's such a great opportunity to kind of hype up the Unreal users in the area, get them involved, get them integrated into the users group, and then rally the troops for the fun event that's coming in June. If somebody's a casual user, they just started using it, whether they're in school, they're the first crack at it, or they're coming over from another engine like Unity or Godot or something like that. Are they going to be disoriented? Are they going to be way behind? Or are there people ready to kind of embrace them with open arms?
So, unlike just kind of having the chapter back up and running as a place for developers to get together, we wanted to have it. We wanted to start the chapter again with purpose. So, we have 6 chapter leaders, and one of them is actually a former student and graduate from UCF and has her doctorate in game engine development. So Dr. Daria basically is going to be starting to teach workshops on the Unreal game engine development. So starting out with beginners and working all the way up through, experienced level developers. But again, our community is a very diverse group of not only active students, but graduates, industry leaders. So if you are new to the game engine or looking to kind of come over and learn, from Unity and come over and cross over to the Unreal Engine, we are going to be not only just kind of having a place to come together and hang out, but we're going to be making sure that we're educating within our community. And then also we want to bridge those opportunities for developers that are seeking out that next job opportunity. So Jack Hinkle, who's part of Synfluence in the Florida High Tech Corridor, the Synfluence cluster, has a wide breadth of, organizations that are here within Central Florida that are all seeking developers for whether it's architectural design, whether it's for simulation and training, whether it's for game development. Even the hospitality industry is now looking at utilizing XR technologies as solutions for training for those next generations of hospitality workers. So whether you are just starting out or you're an experienced developer within Unreal, we have something for everybody.
I know, Matthew, I would love to now kind of switch gears and get to know you as a CEO and a founder of M3D Technologies. Tell me about M3D, what your involvement has been and what your journey's been.
So, I'm actually a former student and, graduate of the Dave School here in Orlando. So, that was back in 2011. Made a career shift from the audio production world, did audio production for about 5 or 6 years, but been out of the Navy for almost 20 years now. Actually, 2005 is when I came back to Orlando after being honorably medically discharged. Since then, I've been in some sort of production during those 20-year time frame. So whether it's been audio production, television production, went back to school, like I said, at the Dave School to learn VFX effects. But really didn't go into the movie industry initially. I actually made that shift over into additive manufacturing. So I was doing industrial 3D printing, rapid prototyping here in Central Florida since 2015 to about 2020. And at that time, I was servicing Disney, Universal Studios, Nickelodeon, doing their maquettes, some of their character designs, prototyping those out before they brought those products to market. But it wasn't until about 2020 when we started kind of seeing, actually it was 2018 when the first Oculus Rift came out. And, I was looking at my team saying, hey, we should really kind of take a look at this, because this is going to be one of those, fourth industrial revolution, revolutionary technologies that's going to kind of take over. So, VR, AR, robotics, 3D printing, it's this new wave of technologies that was coming. So in 2018, we started building our first large scale environments utilizing, the Unreal Engine and the Oculus Rift. But it wasn't about until 2020 that we started developing for our very first large XR hardware platform, which was the Infinideck. And if you've seen the movie Ready Player One, that was actually featured in that film. So we actually built a first large scale environment for the Infinideck, which was a 1-to-1 scale of Stonehenge. So unlike teleporting through a virtual environment, now with an omnidirectional treadmill, you could physically walk through the environment. So that XR hardware device led us to the Tesla suit and, full haptic body suits. Now, not only can you walk in the environment, but you could feel the environment. So think of it was a motion capture suit without having to have the cameras. So tons of sensors in there. It was a tent suit. We could simulate raindrops, snowflakes. Even for military simulation and training, IED explosions, gunshot blasts. And then we got away from the motion controllers and did haptic gloves. So we started integrating all of these pieces of hardware together to create that true immersion within digital content. All of this was great. However, they were, essentially wearables that you had to put on, right? So all of these things, was a 1-to-1. You had to sanitize them, right? The Tesla suit, you can't throw it in a washing machine. You got to get a special, steamer to sanitize it, headsets. And then of course, at being through COVID and everything, we had to be very mindful of, making sure that all of these devices were being cleaned properly. But it wasn't until last year that we kind of started taking a look at some new technologies that were coming out. So again, my company, we've been evaluating various XR hardware devices for the last 5 years and how to integrate those to understand how to create that immersion for that true immersion for digital content. But it was last year that we started looking at some other devices that were coming out, especially markerless mocap. So in August of 2024, we launched our latest product called Merge in partnership with District Cinema. So District Cinema, with their VFX background and our VFX background, understanding motion capture, we collaborated together to bring this product to market. So it's essentially a motion capture system with no wearables. So no suits, no diodes. The moment that you step into the space, you're automatically being fully tracked. We're getting over 64 points of data, full finger tracking. Essentially, now you are the controller. So you are now stepping into digital content, and based upon gestures, you can now interact with the game engine Unreal and basically have gameplay. But outside of just LBE experiences, we've started seeing how this can be applied to various industries. So now, going through this evolution of XR hardwares, from headsets to suits to omnidirectional treadmills, we are now exploring non-wearable solutions, which actually has a higher throughput, and we don't have to worry about sanitation. So this is actually one of those devices that we're going to be offering during the XR Jam, is the Merge system. So we want developers to not only create content for the Merge system, but because it is a motion capture suit or a motion capture system, you can now get all of your animations for characters that you can now utilize for other XR hardware devices like VR headsets and AR headsets. So M3D Technologies, like I said, over the past 5 years, we've evaluated various XR hardware devices to create those bespoke solutions for all of those industries that we find here in our own backyard in Orlando. So of course, theme parks and entertainment, but Orlando's the modeling simulation capital of the world, right? So Mod Sim. We're launching rockets 45 minutes from here, so we're seeing rockets go off almost on a daily basis. We have a huge, medical presence as well. So Orlando Health, VA Health, Advent Health. So the medical industry is in our own backyard, all within a 80-mile square radius. So utilizing the Unreal Engine to create those solutions for those multiple industries that we find here is just one of the main reasons why we got the community back up and running.
Perfect guy to be helping lead this the local chapter here. And as a hype person for Unreal Engine and this chapter, I'm the kind of the hype guy for Indienomicon. It's so fun to evangelize Central Florida, evangelize the opportunity that is right here in Orlando and how diverse it is, and the great people who have made this their home, at least for now, until they get snapped up by a AAA game studio or something like that. So I really appreciate you coming on. If you've heard any dates or locations or anything like that, just go look down in the comments. There should be a QR code on the screen, and that'll take you to a link where you can not only just kind of learn more, you could even maybe make a reservation, let Matthew and his team know that you're going to show up and take advantage of the cool things that are going down at the Orlando Regional Realtor Association, ORRA, which sounds like a cool, high-tech, awesome new facility. To just go there and soak up the vibe there is going to be really cool. So
it is. And then, of course, we have the LinkedIn page for the chapter itself, our Discord channel as well. I mean, we have all of our developers on a daily basis communicating through there. Actually, two of my lead developers are managing the Discord channel. We also, outside of that, we're going to be building up our YouTube content as well, because we want to highlight all of those amazing developers in our community doing, wonderful things. Dave Vans, one of our chapter leaders, actually is the CEO and owner of the Orlando Life. So he wants to tell those stories of our developers that are doing the amazing things within our community. So we've just gotten started. We're really looking forward to, finishing out this month strong, leading into Unreal Fest. And then we're going to do so much more beyond just, the month of June at past Unreal Fest. We have a lot that's going to be coming up, and we're looking to grow this. We're looking to continue to grow this community.
Well, all right. Thanks so much for your time, Matthew Hogan of M3D Technologies. I'll see you on May 22nd at the Orlando Unreal Chapter Meetup at the ORRA, the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. And then I'll see you May 30th and June 1st at the same place for the XR Game Jam. Hey, and maybe also at Unreal Fest starting on June 2nd.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.